I've secretly thought this for a while, but Marvel fans really need to stop whining about a lack of content. We just got a fully animated canon Zombies AU, including basically every relevant MCU character. Maybe this is a sign of a studio that's been around for way longer than its own good, but I'm eating it up. This show was just Wells and Andrews showing up at Marvel Studios and said, what if we did WandaVision again? But from the townspeople's perspectives. And with zombies. Marvel Zombies is out now. It's been out for about a week at the time of recording this, but the video is probably going to get out a little bit later. We'll see. There are only 4 episodes out for the first season, but it's a solid 2 hours of watch time, and it's good. It has its flaws, but overall it's really fun. The basic idea is that it's been 5 years since the start of the apocalypse, and our main character, Ms. Marvel, has been traveling with a little ragtag team who eventually stumbles across a beacon that can contact the Nova Corps in space and save the world. Eventually the group changes, but Ms. Marvel remains the protagonist. Real quick though, what cringe nerd stuff am I drawing? In the background we have Ms. Marvel with a hopefully very eerie dead queen looming over her. As usual, I used Procreate for everything drawn here, and this took just a little over 4 hours in total. This video will have spoilers for Marvel Zombies, so if you haven't gotten the chance to watch it yet, I would recommend you go watch it and then come back. But if you've seen it already or you don't care about spoilers, feel free to watch the rest of the video. The first thing that stood out to me was the animation because, oh my god! Someone on that animation team has been watching Arcane, because these painted backgrounds are insane! I'm not a big fan of What If style, it feels too cartoony to me, almost waxy if that makes sense. But Zombies takes the good, ditches the bad, and I'd be shocked if the animation budget wasn't increased. It's just that good. The shadows and lighting over the characters are generally really nice, but what they're really stellar at is the wide shots and backgrounds. Every single frame looks like it could be someone's wallpaper. If I had to nitpick, which is kind of the whole purpose of my channel, I'd love for the character designers to go further. They're really, really great at capturing the likeness of the actors. That's what they're best at in What If. But just because neither of these shows actually take place in the MCU, there's not really any reason for these guys to look like their actors. I understand it's for the characters to remain recognizable, but there is so much that you can do with these guys. Especially in an apocalyptic scenario, go harder. Take a Marvel Rivals route and just go absolutely insane with the fashion and physical traits. A bunch of these guys already have really cool looks that you can handpick from the comics. I know that's probably adding a lot to an already strained budget, but man, that would look cool. I kinda have the urge to just set these artists free from their chains. If there was half as much obvious enjoyment put into the character animation as there was for the action sequences and scene layout, it would just go unbelievably hard. The one and only major complaint that I have is something that I know a lot of people are not going to enjoy. The Marvel humor that the company's become very infamous for in recent years is just, it's rampant in this series. There's a definite whiplash between the serious or violent moments contrasting with the stupid half attempts at a joke. It's mostly obvious in the first episode when Ms. Marvel and Blade have a scene and a half together. Marvel, I am begging you. Having a very happy-go-lucky teen girl contrasted with the patron of an Egyptian god is naturally funny. You don't have to make these stupid jokes. He's right behind me, isn't he? Kind of thing, it's not funny. I'd say this is mostly because the show has a bit of a contingency problem. It'll start something and then it isn't quite sure what to do with the characters involved, so it just kind of kills them off. It kind of makes everything feel really disjointed. Due to the nature of a zombie show, characters are killed off a lot. That I'm fine with. But there's just such a quick change in tone. A character will watch a close friend or family member die gruesomely in front of them, and 2 seconds later it's back to stupid jokes. Ha ha ha, Alexei eats a lot. Ha ha ha, Melania's sick of her husband. It's just really, really not funny. If there's no reason for a character to care for more than 5 minutes that the person closest to them just died, believe me when I say that the audience is falling asleep. And once the character is done grieving, that's just kind of it. They address Ms. Marvel's grief more than the people she's actually grieving for. And oftentimes these deaths feel very blink and you'll miss it. It's so sudden and random that it just leaves you kind of feeling like, oh, did they just die? Okay. Alright, whatever. They're just kind of dropping like flies. That is my biggest complaint for the show. It throws off the pacing, the tone, and it's easily the weakest point. But I would say that after the first episode, it gets a little bit better. I feel like Marvel missed the mark on this one in just the sense that they don't know who the audience is for this show. The violence is pretty extreme, and at the same time, the humor is something you'd kind of expect from a little kid's program. I don't know. If that kind of thing really bugs you, this might not be the show for you, but the rest of it is genuinely really, really good, I swear. Like, all that being said, I really like which characters they chose to spotlight. It's pretty much all currently relevant MCU characters. Is this just a shameless way to get general audiences excited to see even more Kamala Khan instead of Steve Rogers? Sure. But I'm not complaining, it actually got me way more excited to see Sam Wilson's team in Avengers Doomsday, even if Sam Wilson is already my bias. We've seen the Thunderbolts in full swing, it's time to spotlight Captain America. I was also overjoyed to see the Widows. I don't care if it was for 3.5 seconds before they were all killed, that was 3.5 seconds of sisterhood and shared grieving. I've always thought it was the biggest mischance to not have Black Widow or Thunderbolts focus more on the shared trauma of the Widows. Yelena and Nat are adopted sisters, but Yelena spent significantly more time with the other Widows. Take a portion of the movie dedicated to redeeming the father who sold his daughters into human trafficking, and instead write something about this group of girls that were collectively manipulated and abused, finding comfort in each other. Yelena, baby girl, you are not alone. You have a massive team of widows who went through the exact same thing. I am Taskmaster's one and only fan, and the fact that she was written out of Thunderbolts pains me. Fanfiction authors, take notes. You guys should get focused on this too. Basically, I'm a huge fan of the Widows, and I will take anything I can get. These guys are cool. It's cool to see them animated. It's cool to see them given names. Shang-Chi and Katie were also great. The scene of Ms. Marvel and Shang-Chi just hyping each other up before the last battle was sweet. I think it's kind of the most Kamala Khan I've ever seen her on the big screen. It felt very 2016 Champions to me. And that was peak Ms. Marvel. I need more of that energy. Like, yeah, she's the leader of this team and she's taking on all this responsibility really well, but she's still a teenager, and these genuine moments where she's overwhelmed and need help are so perfect. It only assists in furthering the bonds between her teammates, and that's why Ms. Marvel is one of the greatest teen heroes of all time, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But back to Shang-Chi related characters for a second. I was amongst the many people who found Katie kind of annoying in the original movie. Maybe I've just ingested too much anti-Awkwafina propaganda, but I think I kinda got over it with Marvel Zombies. I laughed at some of her jokes. I thought it was cool to see her and Shang using the rings together. It was just fun. I honestly think that's what you can expect from this show the most. Despite the silliness and lack of consistency, it's a lot of fun in all aspects. Give it a watch. It's only 2 hours and it's right in time for Halloween. And it's giving us more Scarlet Witch content to tide us over before her inevitable return in Doomsday. You should totally subscribe and comment stuff and like the video and share it to everyone you know. I have some more X-Men redesign videos coming up and at least one other type of video coming out before Halloween, so that's something to look forward to as well. Thank you so much for watching to the end.